Good evening. I'd like to call the Water Commission, the Townsend Board of Water Commissioners meeting of April 10th to order at 7:06 p.m. Meeting room is the Water Department, 540 Main Street. We are holding this meeting via Zoom, and it is being recorded. Roll call of members. Todd Melanson, Chair, present.
Nathan Matala, Vice Chairman, present.
Dave and Chaz, could you please read your name in the record?
Dave Vision, Superintendent, present.
Chaz Sexton Duranian, Selectman Liaison.
I have no additions or deletions. Nate, did you get a chance to read the minutes?
I have.
You have any changes or anything?
I didn't see anything that was inaccurate.
No, me neither. Can I have a motion?
I move that we accept the Water Department, the Board of Water Commissioner meeting minutes for March 6, 2023.
Second. Motion's been made and second. Roll call vote. Todd Melanson, aye.
Nathan Matala, aye.
I did not see any correspondence or public comment. I don't see anybody that is a resident, so we will keep going. Don't have any appointments.
There is something for 1.6.
Oh, I didn't see it. Sorry. I apologize.
Oh, I just wanted to let you know. It's
Thank
from
you.
Dave.
Okay.
I think it's just about the,
Oh, the ground.
Yeah.
All right.
just wanted you to note it, that's all.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I sincerely thought he'd do that in his presentation. Don't worry about it. We have a date and time for the groundbreaking of the water treatment plant with the attendance of Senator Cronin. It is July 11th at 10 a.m. I believe TCAM now will be present for that. And we should be good to go as everything gets set up. Let's see. So 3.1, discuss policy for non-payment. So
You're still, now that we're out of COVID, you still want to just put it to lien? The one question I have is we don't get any money back from liens, or we haven't for a while.
So if it was leaned, it would have been leaned in December, and it would have come in with the March.
I'm not just talking about this year. I'm talking about last year too.
All right. So can you get a meeting with the accountant and the
I asked,
treasurer?
nobody knows.
Chaz, can you check in on that? See where the liens go and what's the trail on that?
Yeah, I certainly can.
Because
Um,
what's happening is ever since we lost the accountant, we haven't got any money from liens.
So this year you wouldn't have gotten, or last year's you wouldn't have got yet anyways, because it would have come in, it'll come in with the March tax bills.
Right, and but we didn't get any from the year before.
Okay.
So you had so you had nothing from
2020,
fiscal year 22.
right.
Right.
Okay. I will talk to the accountant about that.
Okay. Nate, what's your preference? In this time of everything, I think I guess I'd table it until we find, maybe our next meeting and Chaz gets back to us.
That's fine. I just want to bring it up.
No, but I let us finish it.
Yeah.
The thought process out.
Now, I'm sorry. Now, have we moved beyond 1.6? Because I didn't hear anything to the contrary.
No, the one I read about the Senator Cronin's the groundbreaking, that was 1.6.
Okay.
3-1.
Uh-huh.
that it will be July 11th at 10. And I'm sorry, Nate. I
So
apologize.
we're on 3.1?
Yes,
Just to be
sir.
clear? All right, perfect.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
So we were discussing the polyphenol payment. Right now, we're just trying to get payment and then leaning them. If they
So what's our current policy for non-payment? Put it to lien, right?
correct.
Okay.
But Dave has noted that for the last two at least, well, the second one we probably wouldn't have received yet because it would have gotten paid with the March quarterly tax bill. But the year before, he says we didn't receive it yet. So Chas is going to check into that. If there's a problem with that, then yeah, there's a problem with us leaning it. But I would think that would get remedied. The only other option you have is to shut people off, and I'm a little hesitant to do that. I don't.
So, Dave, how do you get notification, or how did you get notification before?
Haven't.
Even before?
I've been here for 2.5 years. I haven't seen anything.
May I speak?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry. Sorry to interrupt, but seeing I've been here for a bit longer. So I haven't gotten notification of any liens being paid since Terry has left. I used to get at least one, if not two, reports that would show if they collected any of the liens with the taxes per year, and I haven't gotten anything since then. So what we've been doing because of COVID is we've been just leaning everything in the winter. But what's happening is when people are losing their houses and walking away, we're losing that money in the summer because we can't collect that money since October, January, April, and so on. So we end up losing quite a bit of money if they file.
So hold on a second. Can I just ask one question about this? How does the money become uncollectible?
When they file for bankruptcy.
No, that's not what it means. When they don't pay their bill.
No, but it's still collectible because when the house transfers or whatever, those tax liens have to be paid.
Right.
Correct.
Even if they go bankruptcy, they still have to be paid.
Yeah, you don't lose the money. It just takes a little bit longer, but you don't lose that money. Once it's liened and it officially gets liened, even if they declare bankruptcy, when the property sells, that money is what's taken off it.
I do agree with you if we had liened that money. I'm talking about the money after. The lienable amount after. So we only.
You mean if they declare bankruptcy before we lien it?
Correct. So we lien, from June 30th, right? So their July bill, their October bill, their January bill, their April bill, they leave in May. We file bankruptcy where we hadn't had a chance to lien again, or maybe they haven't earned enough and it's not quite 500 or 400, then we lose that money.
Well, no, that's not necessarily true. It's that if they file for bankruptcy at that time, we have to put in a claim to that bankruptcy. And that's the problem, Brenda. It's not that we're losing the money. It's that we're not putting a claim against that money, even though we haven't liened on it yet. They still owe us that money.
Well,
So
I
when
would agree, but I went to the treasurer's office a few years ago with that when we had a couple of bankruptcies, and they told me I have to write the money off. This was about 3-4 years ago. So
Okay.
Well, we
Chaz,
haven't had one of those.
Okay. So Chaz, if I could ask, could you get us the form we would need to from the treasurers or Brenda or Dave get it from whoever, but if there is a form and a process for filing a claim if someone goes bankrupt to recover the money that's owed, I'd like to see our staff get it.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. And I think it's just a letter that all you need, but it also depends on what type of bankruptcy is filed. If it's a Chapter 13, if it's, however they file for it.
absolutely.
But when they file for bankruptcy, then if we don't have a lien on it, we need to know that they filed for bankruptcy so that we are able to file a claim on that bankruptcy to say that they owe the town X amount of money. Most of the claims for individuals are Chapter 13, which means there's a repayment plan. And this would be put into that so that if they did sell their house or whatever, we would get paid off according to the claimants.
Okay.
Can I bring this up? This is kind of going off to the fringes. This doesn't happen very often. What's there's when people don't pay, the only recourse is to put it on lien right now. And we're not getting the money from the liens. So that's the problem right now. The
Sorry,
bankruptcy is a minor, very
Okay.
real thing.
So
Okay. Hold on. Let's slow this down. Brenda, if you could put your hand down and remute
Oh,
yourself.
I'm sorry.
T-Cam, you have a question.
I have a statement, Todd. You may want to give Dave Chanel a call. That was his specialty in law until he retired a week ago, was bankruptcy. He could probably give you exactly the information you need to know and what
All right.
forms you need to fill out.
All right, Dave, do you know Dave Chanel?
No, but again, you're going way off.
All right. I understand
topic.
that. We can finish that talk out.
Right.
Let Chaz find out what he needs to find out about the trail on the existing liens, and then we can revisit this.
Right.
Nate, you got anything else?
No. Mr. Superintendent, did you have more to say on this? It sounded like you were trying to get a thought out.
No, it's just I'm trying to find out where the money is going, and if there's a better way of doing it, it's up to you guys to do it. But it's the bankruptcy thing is like 1 out of 100. It's the whole process right now that is broken. There's something broken that's not. We're not getting any money, and when I say it's not a little bit of money, it's a lot of money.
yeah,
Okay.
my assumption is, Dave, and I will look into it, but I hear what you're saying, and I think it's going into the general fund, to be quite honest with you, and it should be going to the enterprise fund, is what you're saying.
Correct.
Correct.
Yep, I'll look into it for you.
All right, thank you. All right, 3.2 FY24 budget.
Yeah, we have to
Nate,
revisit it a little bit.
okay,
Because the town came up with a number of 385. Most of that is retirement and insurance,
okay,
which but the two by themselves is about $260,000. You know, there's so it changes the budget. Nothing changes in any other page of the budget except for the front one.
okay.
But
Do we
that's
need
what
to-
the three.
So we-
Go ahead.
Okay, so we need to come back in and re-sign the revised?
Yeah,
All right,
and I finally, since I've been here, I finally have exact numbers. This is fantastic because we never got this.
that the cross charges were a long battle. I would say, working with Ross and Eric, I think got it to where it is now, Dave. I don't know how long that sat on our agenda.
It's
But
hard to make a budget when you don't know.
no, I know,
The rules.
but now I guess is the best word. It truly is transparent. You see where the money that they've put into that number, and so I will be in this week to sign it. I'm just not sure what day. Is there a day we need to have it signed by, Dave?
No, because
Okay.
the numbers are already going to be in the warrant.
All right.
That can change right up to town meeting, Todd. You know that.
Yeah, I know that. Let's see. Let's see. 4.1, move on to 4.1, discuss groundbreaking commencement at Harbor Trace Treatment Plant. We already talked about that initially. Senator Cronin has agreed to come. I will say, I take this moment to thank him for the support in getting the funding that we did get. I don't know, I look forward to having everybody Dave's going to put together a invitation letter. He's going to let Nate and I see it before it goes out. And we'll get her done. And one of the very probably last steps before the actual plant starts going up. I got to tell you, going past Groton's plant, kind of make me a little jealous and a little envious. But it's going up fast. It was neat to see them put the foundation in and then bring those vessels in, which, it's going up quick, which means we're that much closer to a solution to this problem.
That's an iron and manganese in Groton.
Yeah, I know, but the vessels are the same. He got them the same for, it's a proprietary media, not green sand. And it can take ionic resin if he needs it later.
Yeah. So I already lined up sweet and salty.
Okay.
So they're
Alright.
going to do it. She's just waiting. I just got to walk in with the date, but I wanted to come here and make sure that you guys don't want anything special, and then
No, that's well, we have to be careful. You can't do anything really special because there's like senator can't accept a certain amount and stuff. So sweet and salty's fine. It's a local business. We keep things local, and I'm good with that. Nate, you got anything you want?
he's got 4.2.
Do we need do we need anything? Do we need a golden shovel made or what?
I'm going to take a couple of shovels and spray paint him silver, and this way they're going to go onto the trucks afterwards.
Okay.
You might
I'm
wanna
not wasting
also-
money on a shovel.
Hold on, Jazz.
You might want to also just touch base with TCAM to see if they're available so that they could film it too, so that they can put it on Channel 9.
They just did.
They offered.
Good. Okay.
So that'll take care of that. 4.2, discuss uniform policy. Nate, this is yours?
Yeah, so it's not I guess uniform policy is on here, but that is a maybe a slight misunderstanding. It is partly what. So I was looking at some receipts, and I've been talking to some people around town, and I mean the eyes are out there on us no matter where we are in this state. Okay, it's a huge planet, but a small world. And I was asking, I said, well, why do we have two employees going down to Fitchburg to buy stuff for their clothing allowance? And it was said, oh, yes, that was something that was implemented during COVID, this and that, so they could get there. I know a lot of businesses were closing early, but I'll tell you what, it's not a good image, and it's very wasteful. Now, I understand this particular instance was because we had to get this worker's account set up. That's fine. That's great. I wanted to put this on. I want the time used by our employees as best as possible. We don't need two people going to a hardware store when one will suffice. There's always something to do. Even if there isn't, you can find something to do. We have two employees leaving the town of Townsend to go and get bolts or nuts or screws from Tractor Supply. I don't like it. Okay. That's not a good practice. And people are seeing this. I've had a couple instances where people are saying, why are we seeing town trucks out? And, here or there. I'm like, well, they're probably going to get something. It's like, well, why are there two guys? Yeah. Very shocked to hear that stuff. Don't like it. Don't like it one bit. So wherever possible, make sure our time is utilized appropriately and efficiently. Really any time they can they get their clothing allowance. There's nothing saying they can't do stuff after work. These guys get out at 3:30, right? 3:00.
Yep.
Yeah. It's kind of ridiculous. Okay.
No, I'm with you. Sending two people anywhere, unless it's it's a safe thing and they need to lift something in the back of the truck. That
Yeah.
I'm kind of with you. Nuts and bolts and stuff. That's a one-person job. The clothing, I'll take it one step further. You're right in that the eyes are on us, and I don't know. Maybe this is a union thing, and we can't. But I know a lot of departments will have the clothing company come to them. You take orders. And then they gets delivered. Not only that, we could look even at standardizing what they have so they all look they have a water department uniform. Because right now, Dave, do they get like different colored shirts and do they all
No,
look the same?
They're blue and they have to have Townsend water on it. or
Okay.
anything.
All
I
right.
think this
And-
came up before, and we have a department logo
Yep.
that was approved by us, or a board of water commissioners, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
And that is it's to be. I want to say there's verbiage saying that they got to have something displayed that makes them the average person can say, hey, that guy works for Townsend Water.
No, they all had that logo, Nate. I was actually looking at, and Dave asked answered me, they're all blue. But there was one time going back before probably this staff was present that one guy would have a red shirt, the other guy would have a blue shirt or a black shirt. And
When did you see that?
this is going back, I think Paul was still here. It just, I've seen departments try and, like, for lack of a better term, brand themselves and stuff like that so that people in town knew them, and it just looked a little bit more professional. So if they're all blue, I'm good with it and stuff like that. But Dave, you could look into there's got to be 3 or 4 companies that will come and
We already got Cintas coming in June.
all right. So that solves that problem, Nate, of going out. If Cintas is coming for them to pick their uniforms.
With their boot truck, and if they want to buy from them, they can. They have
Okay.
cover.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, it just
No,
this
I get
doesn't
it.
seem very good. That doesn't fly anywhere.
No.
I mean, I've never anywhere I've worked. That was a big no.
Okay.
You never
So-
send 2 guys.
Nope. So, I mean, so Dave, I would ask that you make sure the guys know that unless it requires 2 men to lift something, if they're going to the hardware store, if they're picking up nuts, bolts, or what have you, and it's a 1-man job, that's how many go.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of gray areas there. You're going from one job to another. You're doing this. I'd like to see, with your military background, a good plan's great, but we all know how that goes. A good plan. We make plans, and other stuff happens from
Yep.
just the events
Like
from
I
a
said,
day
I've
to
already
day.
started working on this with
Okay.
with Cintas. So
I appreciate that. No, I just don't want the public eye seeing this and being like, oh, they're just off screwing around. I don't like to hear that stuff.
No, I agree with you, Nate. I'll say this. Thanks for bringing it up, Nate.
Mhm.
Is that all the discussion on 4.2?
Yes.
Okie dokie. 5.1 liaison report. You have anything for us, Mr. Sexton Duranian?
Yes, I have a couple of things. One is tomorrow night we're having our warrant article discussion, and I'm wondering if you guys somebody's gonna be there from the water department.
I can be.
We have the special, which has been combined from the first and the second attempt. And then we're having additional items on the special. So the articles, your money moving or the reallocations are on there. I just need somebody to speak to those specific ground penetrating radar, the plotter, those kinds of things. If there's any questions that pop up about that. I don't want to field those questions because I know enough to get myself in trouble.
I'm
Dave.
going to be there at 4:00 for the finance, in case
Okay.
they had questions on the treatment plant,
Okay.
because we're reducing the 7.1 down that we asked the finance department, and it'll end up being in 6.1.
Okay. Good.
So it's going to be reduced, and I'll get onto that when we get to 6.1.
Okay. And then when we
I'll be
get
there tomorrow.
when we get to the town meeting, I assume that somebody's going to be there at town meeting to also address those issues. Okay.
Well, Nate,
Yes.
Nate, are you going to town meet? You're going to town meet. You always go to town meet, right, Nate?
I try. Yeah.
So Nate and I will be there for that at least.
Okay. Because I'll field what I can, but then if they get technical, I'm very hands off when it comes to that.
No, I'm good with it.
Okay. And then if you guys need any kind of support for the July 11th, Dave, definitely let me know and I'll help you out with that. Okay.
Well, TCAM was the only thing that I don't have control over, and Dave took care of that for me already,
Okay.
so I don't have to ask him.
Okay. Great.
Chaz, do you have a small like mobile like podium or anything like that?
I think we do have one in town hall.
Okay, if we could borrow that, I think.
Okay. I'll talk with I'll see what I can do for you guys.
All right. Would that be it, sir?
Yep, that's it.
Okay. 6.1 Superintendent's update and reports. Update and discuss PFAS Harbor Trace Treatment Plant. Dave, take it away.
So the water lines are staying in town. We got the low builder is Shepherd, and they were almost $500,000 under everybody else. So I thank Gary Shepherd for doing the best he can to getting us the lowest bid he could. Winston Builders will be building the plant, and they want to start it yesterday because they're actually finishing up in Littleton.
Yeah.
And there was 3 bids within 20,000 of each other, and Winston was 300,000 underneath them. But from what I heard is they want this job because they don't have to bring all this stuff back
Yeah.
from Littleton.
Yeah, their mobilization fee has got to be costs have to be much reduced because they're just going to move from Littleton to here. So, well, I'll tell you what, Winston did a damn good job on the Littleton plant. If for those of you who haven't seen it, they actually didn't they do the
Trace well.
the Harbor Trace well. They're very reputable. I don't know of anyone that's been displeased with their work, so I'm happy they got it, and let's get moving. Let's see. 6 point. Is that it on the treatment plant, Dave?
Yeah. That's it. That's all I have for this month.
Dave, where did it come in total? Was it less than we thought, or?
Well, I put in for 22, and it came in altogether with even because hold on, the money that we already spent for the $500,000 for the planning
Yep.
can be backdated.
No, for the SRF, you mean?
Yes. So
Yeah, I heard that.
we're putting that in. So the building itself came at and the water lines came at 20.5, and we're gonna put the 500,000 in, which we have
So
a
it'll be-
loan on. But by putting it in and having the SRF pay for it, we're gonna get 58% forgiveness.
Good.
Yeah, it's smart. Good
Yeah.
job.
Yeah,
So-
good job.
Every little bit helps, right?
Yeah.
6.2, I didn't put that there. I don't know why that's there.
I apologize. I wrote it twice. Disregard.
Don't worry, everybody makes mistakes. It's no big deal.
Oh, I make a few of them every day.
Yes, ma'am. All right. Let's see. That it, Dave? For you?
Unless you want to mention about anything with unions, but
No, that's not up to us to do.
no, but it will come under the
That's-
treatment plant, but it's nothing. I haven't got any really.
Yeah. So we're on to 7.1. Schedule next Board of Water Commissioners meeting. So let me call my calendar up.
The 8th is the second Monday. I'm good with it.
I'm good with it.
Little, if something happens that we can have to sign for the contract, and if we have to delay it a week, would you be up for that?
To
If
delay the
contract's
meet.
ready.
Do you mean delay the meeting or?
You're right. Instead of having it the second, we do it the third. I'm just
15th? Well, we could always have a special signing. I mean, we gotta be there to sign it anyway.
Yeah,
yeah.
Doesn't
that-
matter. I mean, as
Well,
long as you're able
we-
to post.
or we
It
could
doesn't have to
just,
be in a meeting. It's going to be at the selectmen meeting where they're going to have to sign.
well, why don't we just, well, if we're both there, it has to be, why don't we do this and kill
Our
two birds with,
signings,
yeah,
work
together.
sessions.
Yeah, just do a joint meeting where we
Alright.
just open, sign and close and leave and get the heck out of there. I don't have a problem with that. Do you, Nate?
No.
All right.
At
So
the,
why don't we
at the
do it?
special? No.
No. It's so like if the contracts aren't in by the 8th, it's got to be signed by us and the selectmen. So if it needs to be later, why don't we just do it at the selectmen's meeting? We have a joint meeting that's 15 minutes long where we sign it, they sign it, you and I close the meeting and we get out of there.
So we just sign it pending review of town council.
Well, he'll probably review it before we sign it, but it's pretty,
You're
that's,
saying if they don't come in time. So how would they get it if they're not coming in time?
well, they would have time between the 8th and the next selectmen's meeting.
So here's what's going to happen with that. On the second, the town votes. On the third, the notice of award, which I'll have on my desk, will go out to the two contractors.
Okay.
Then it goes to building the contract. We're already doing that now. Is building the contract
Okay.
to try to save time. So sometime after the third, and I can't tell you when everything's going to get done. It's going to get done when, of course, it's going to be a 4-page book, a 4-inch book contract.
He won't be emailing that to you, Chaz.
No,
All right.
It
Yeah,
might be on a
I'm good
call.
with the 8th and then we can go from there.
Okay.
Let's see. Review 7.2 review and sign end of month reports and bill payable warrants. Could I have a
Mr. Chair.
motion, please?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I move that we review and sign end of month and bills payable reports as well as the budget out of session.
Second, motion's been made and seconded. Roll call vote, Todd Melanson, aye.
Nathan Madela, aye.
Motion has been seconded and passed in the affirmative. And I make a motion that unless anybody else has anything else to say, I make a motion, we adjourn the Townsend Water Department Board of Water Commissioners meeting of April 10th at 7:40 p.m.
Second.
39 minutes. You did good.
Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate everybody's time. I really do.
You got to vote on the adjournment.
Oh, that's right. Todd Melanson, aye.
Nathan Madela, aye.
There you go.
Sorry.
40 minutes.
But no, I appreciate everybody's time, the efforts. Minutes looked really good. Really appreciate that. And you all have a great evening. All right.
You too.
Thank you.
All right.
Todd.